Here is. Yeah, I know, Angus. Calm down.
Sorry. Well, you all don't fit in with regular society, which is why we're all here. This is a safe
DC
space.
is great. I think you're gonna love it.
Not the White House.
Go to the White House.
Go to the White House.
Yeah.
And?
Just sort of scowl at it.
Okay.
My parents didn't love me, and so
amazing, like palpable chemistry. Have you ever thought about just having sex on stage?
I couldn't hear you. My hearing aid wasn't on.
and that made me wonder, like, was somehow did that fear of Disney World get passed down in my genes? They were absolutely petrified and would not stop crying, and we had to leave the premises. Like, there was they were not going back. Never asked about Mickey Mouse again. Even 40 years ago when this happened, it was very crowded. I immediately proceeded to get hopelessly lost. Lost them, this is back before cell phones. Not that a 4-year-old would have a cell phone anyway, but I was lost. I was lost for a long time, and I was even more afraid than I had been before. I saw a giant mouse that terrified me. And then they finally, security finally wrangled me, and my dad's roommate spanked the living shit out of me. Which my parents had never, to that point, beaten me. It was all more psychological warfare. And so the association that I formed with Disney World was that it was the most terrifying place known to mankind. Well, I know I'll go into politics. And then I entered into the White House and I realized, that's the shittiest thing in the world. So, that's a pretty morbid question. What is wrong with you?
I wanted something to spice things up a bit.
Thank you. You want me to spice things up right now? Is that what you're asking? No, I've been asked not to disrobe on stage anymore.
And he said, how can we know if anyone has ever done it before? And I said, well, just know. And so we went downstairs, and he put rice flour and grape juice and dried bananas and rice cakes crumbled up into a pan and baked it. It was like this horrible, and then he was like, all right, it's done. And I every fiber of my being was saying like, no, it's not done. There's no fucking way that's done. It's only been for 2 minutes. The oven's not even warm yet. But we took it out, and we sliced it up, and we sat down for breakfast. He said we needed to put ice cream on it too, which admittedly did help a bit. But he rolled through it like, isn't this great, Dad? And he kept looking at me, and he had portioned out what I thought was a rather generous portion. And he was looking at me like, well, what do you think? And so I ate the whole thing. And it was, it actually wasn't as bad as you would think. I mean, it was gross. It was gross. But I was surprised. Like, I didn't gag. Quiet, reflective, time alone. But see, here's the thing. 2 things happened to me actually 3 things happened since I... 4 things, fuck. A lot has happened since I came into the bathroom. Although, do you have to eat to... because isn't a lot of fecal matter actually like dead tissue and stuff like that? Like blood cells and things? Don't you want to talk about this? I was like, I already tried that. You can't get it. Stop. And so he starts wiggling with it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to be proactive. So I start taking my clothes off. Because I'm going to jump in the water and swim underwater, into the propellers, and, untangle the rope. And as soon as I get my clothes off, Jensen's like, all right, I got it, guys. what? I don't know. At a certain point, I would say, why do you have to do that? Like, just let it stay stuck until I can unstick it. Because I'm looking like a real schmuck out here all day. You know? But it was one of those things, when a stranger says something to your kids, you're like, you can't tell my kids. Anyway, he then immediately kills the crowd. And in front of the whole.
Okay, the second question is basically, you're truly an inspiration with all the charity work and everything you do.
You're warming me up now, really. Singing, it's your turn, Misha.
No. Oh, not this morning, I'm not ready. Me neither. What is your question? No, it's okay. What's funny about the Almaty shirt on my head is that it makes me sweat.
Exactly there. There he is. Fucking hell. Espresso. Would you like a coffee? Coffee, sir? Croissant? Cappuccino?
Bid against each other, come on. You're friends. Bid against each other. It's a fun, like, sporty friend thing. You're not gonna let your friend beat you, are you? And also, I will take it off, and that's like a little bit of a, like, I understand what I'm doing. It's a little bit of a stripper thing, right? But so much of this event is basically transactional prostitution anyway. I feel like let's lean into it, let's call a spade, and can't believe you hate Cass so much. I nonetheless took the opportunity to brag to my kids about it. I was like, kids, guess who's in the New York Times? An article about being funny and handsome. They were like, Mason immediately said, oh, Dad, you used to be handsome. And the girls in the class pulled down the blanket and took a photo of me naked because I slept naked. So that was deeply traumatizing, which seems to be a theme of this panel, me talking about my panel. And there was another surprise party that my mom threw. I came home from college. My birthday's in the summer, so it was my 18th birthday. I came home from college. My mom threw another surprise party for me, but none of my friends lived in the area, so she invited her friends and my brother's friends, no friends of mine, at my surprise party. So it was, I hate my birthday. Thanks for bringing up a sore subject.
In season 4, it was one of the first times that I had a scene where I was like really talking to Sam close, and it was really funny because it wasn't actually that funny, but I laughed. I had to go up and sort of confront him, and there's something about confronting somebody who looks, you know, relative to you like Bigfoot. So I was sort of trying to, in this macho way, confront him, but I was only like, I was literally coming up to his nipple. And every time I walked up and tried to act tough, I would start laughing. He was like, what? And I was like, you're just so fucking tall. So yeah, we didn't get anywhere. Thank you. Yes? Okay.
So I was wondering, how do you stay so humble when all of these people...
The whole humble thing is a total act. I practice that in the mirror. I practice being humble in the mirror. I'm like, all right, you stud. Okay, try dropping your chin a little bit. Pretend to be sweating. Yeah, that looks good. That's how I do it.
Okay, so I was wondering, how do you act so humble when you're...
Oh, that wasn't the whole question.
Yeah.
I'm such an egomaniac. Your question. I think, no, you're still, she's like, well, can I talk now? That's not how raising your hand works. It defeats the whole purpose of raising your hand. No, is that it? Anyone else want to raise their hand and answer the question? No, see, you're violating the rule of raising your hand, too. Ridiculous. Okay, thank you. We're going to answer your question from the audience. Okay, you go first. So just do the splits right here. Okay, so that's the full splits. It's going to be hard. I'm going to have to bend my legs at more than perfectly straight line. I'm glad I didn't, what's his name? The singer? What's his name? Yes, Lenny Kravitz. I'm glad I didn't Lenny Kravitz out.
Do you have any like cute stories that you want to tell about your offspring?
Now that we got the splits out of the way.
I feel like I somehow have caused you both pleasure and pain. What we're going to hear. You have a question. Okay, let me see it.
He's just going to take pictures. It's no big deal. And he's just going to mess with your contacts. Don't worry.
So here's the thing. So.
No, can you just like make
Can you be quiet for a second? So we have this thing, which is leaving your phone lying around the green room, for instance.
just don't look at the photos. For your own sake.
She said don't look at the photos. Where's the photo?
Go to the top, you'll like it.
Well, da-de-da.
She changed her photo icon so you can't figure out what the photo thing is, so that when the cast gets a hold of her phone, there you
Billy actually can break into any
also,
phone.
will you change her signature when she sends an email?
Here we go.
Oh, ooh. Let's see favorites.
No.
That's disgusting.
You need to take a picture.
You can work on that. So we have this thing where we have like, oh, you leave your camera sitting around. This actually happened in Toronto. I know. That's why I was waiting. You're gonna take it. Thank you.
Here's your arm. Everybody crowd.
Can you make an alarm? That's my original question.
Please stop butting in.
Sorry.
Nice. Well done.
So I left. I've told this story before, but it was in Toronto, so I'm going to tell the story again. We were out at dinner. We were having an argument about what you were supposed to take when you're drunk, Advil or Tylenol. And I was saying you're not supposed to take Tylenol because it's bad on your liver. Acetaminophen is bad on your liver. Ibuprofen is the thing to take, which is true. And Jensen was like saying the opposite. And I was like, that's wrong. And I looked it up on the internet, and I said, Jared, read this Wikipedia entry to me. And Jared took the phone and he started reading the Wikipedia entry. But what he was really doing was tweeting about how I hated children. And so whenever you leave your phone lying around and it happens to be unlocked perchance, don't. But when that happens, someone will grab your phone and they'll change, like for example, the signature on your email. So when you send an email to your boss or your grandmother, it will say, signed, courtesy sent from my iPhone, I love orgies.
My mom and dad are on there. Please don't do that.
By the way, Misha, you know what you speak because you did that to my phone, and it was so gruesome. That before I sent an email, you out of guilt or kindness or neither, but you threw yourself in the grenade and you stopped and you go, you know what? You need to check your signature before you send it. And I was like, I didn't know that was a changeable thing. And I went and saw what you read, and I'm not going to repeat it. It was vile.
We did something else too. We created a home screen icon for you that was like to a very, very disgusting website.
Very inappropriate. And you also created a line of texts to my wife as if I was texting a different woman.
Which, by the way, it's hilarious because if you think about it, super hard thing to explain away. Oh, you don't understand. The guy's got my phone and yeah, well, talk to my lawyer.
And by the way, when my wife called to find out why I was texting a woman named Monica and saying I couldn't meet up with her because I had to go home to my family, when she called to question the text, 'twas not a picture of my wife. It was a very inappropriate picture. Doing a very inappropriate thing.
When was that?
Can you unlock this for us? It's really frustrating.
When was that, Rich?
That was, so we're gonna do an alarm?
It was a couple years ago. I don't remember when. 3 years ago.
Oh, she goes with me now. She won't let me take the phone anymore.
Smart woman. Smart woman.
She's listening.
I love seeing them grow up.
She wants us to record an alarm for her.
Okay. All of us? Okay.
Yeah, it's an alarm. I have a hard time waking up.
Wake up, for God's sakes, wake up.
Are you still in bed? What's wrong with you?
Wow. Well, I'm very sorry about that.
All right, here's the truth. I made up Mason. Mason doesn't exist. I thought it would make me look cool to have a daughter too, but I don't. So, babies don't do anything. So there's not a whole lot of like, oh my God, all right, you guys sit down. I want to tell you a story. This morning, Mason woke up, and I knew she was up because she went, it was the funniest thing. She just sat there and said, She's also gotten into this habit of saving it up for a few days. And then no diaper can contain the force that comes out. Is that the kind of story you were looking for? I think it was a pretty awful place, Purgatory. Purgatory looked a lot like hell to me. Didn't it?
No.
I thought it was really beautiful.
By the way, everybody, just I want to give you a little warning. There is a psychopath here. So just be on the lookout. He's about this tall. Looks kind of like Rob Kelly.
The shit out of me.
Did I just get beat? How did that happen? I beat. Fuck. No, it doesn't work like that. I thought it was getting censored. Beep. That would be great to have. If we could censor Sebastian. By the way, I'm sorry about Sebastian. Very inappropriate. There are children here. I'm sorry. Look at her. How old is she? 9 months old? 10 months old. And already she's had to see Sebastian. Horrible. You can't undo those scars.
If you have a lace-up shoe, untie it, thank you. Untie it and learn. This will actually change your life. I'm so reluctant to hold this where it's easy to hold. Because I know what they do.
And you go like you're going to tie a normal bow tie. Get to here. Are we together? Yep. Still, look, I'm seeing sneakers. With the camera, put it down. Right there. You see that? See it? Want to try that? Slow, even slow. All right, what am I doing? I'm just tying my shoe. Looks perfectly ordinary. Get to here.
Back through the hole.
Now you have a knot that holds like a double knot. And it does, trust me. I just saved thousands of man hours.
What do you think was Castiel's motive at the end of the
You held it together remarkably well there. I have no idea, by the way, what you asked. You were gonna say something? Oh, okay. Well, try it. See. Maybe they'll tackle you, maybe they won't. Let's find out.
I have many female friends named Misha. So it's
But okay. Ow! Oh. Wow, that hurt. Good one. That was almost as bad as being hit in the face with a used tampon.
In that arena. I'm just talking, and I'm not stopping, so I should stop.
That's what we're here for.
He will drag me away, of course.